Is it saying that it's streaming?
Live.
Okay.
Yep,
So
that seems like you're streaming.
Looks like I'm streaming, right? So I copied the URL, but now I'm gonna get out of it, right? I'm gonna X out of this
Mm-hmm.
so that it doesn't
Otherwise, you get the background noise.
interfere. Right on. I will just really quickly post it to here and then send it. I should send it, right, Jim, just in case?
Yeah, go ahead and send it. Just say, hey, you know, backup link for the back to school is here, just in
Yeah.
case you can't get on the session.
Okay, so I've posted that. And now I'm going back on here. All right, and I'm going to broadcast. So
Ready to go.
here we go. Just waiting for that 5:30 on the dot to start. So those of you joining in the meantime, welcome, welcome. All right, and here we go. It is 5:30 and good evening, AC Stelle families. This is Principal Baird with Back to School Night. Bet you're used to hearing that, huh? Every weekend message. So now, for some of you, you're putting a face to the name, or the voice, I should say. Welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight under these unusual circumstances, but I guess this has become our new norm, so we'll take it. Glad we could all be together tonight. We have a fabulous night with our teachers planned for you. So we're just going to start with a little bit of introductions and then move right along so that we can get you guys ready to visit classrooms. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen over here. Please do not judge my tabs. Here we go, getting there. Quick little presentation for you so you can have a visual to go along with it. So to start off, I would like to introduce, for those of you that aren't totally familiar with our very ever supportive Board of Education, with Ms. Leslie Stein as president, our members and clerks, Linda Mangus, Matthew Wasserman, and Dallas Lawrence. And of course, we have Miss Angela Cutbill with us here tonight. So I'm gonna turn it over to her really quickly so she can say a few words.
I'll be real brief because I know you all want to hear from the staff and from your principal and your teachers. I'd just like to say to parents, we recognize how challenging this is. We wanted you back on campus. This isn't the way anybody would like it. And we do value and really appreciate your patience and support as we are all still virtual. We recognize this requires more from everyone. It's requiring a lot from our teachers and our staff, our support staff, our administration, but especially from parents. So thank you. Continue to work with your teachers. We have counselors available for students and for families, and have a great school year, because I'm really clinging to the hope that this won't just be something we endure, that we will rise above and have a terrific school year. So thank you very much.
Amen, Ms. Cutbill. Thank you very much for those hopeful words of encouragement. So let's move on to our district administration. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with our cabinet members, but Dr. Dan Stepanowski, he might be at a different back to school night tonight, and the rest of the crew. However, with us are a few of them. So I will quickly introduce you, first of all, to Dr. Clara Finneran.
Hi there, I just want to say 2 sentences. Welcome back to the school year. I know it's not looking exactly like we want it to, but thank you so very much for partnering with us in the education of your children. For those of you that have new middle schoolers rising to 6th grade, I know it's a little bit of a scary time, And it's strange because they're not on campus, but please know that they're going to have a wonderful transition. Stelle is a wonderful school. Don't tell AE Wright or Lindero. But we welcome you to this school year, and we cannot wait to have our students back on campus.
Thank you, Dr. Finneran. Also with us tonight is Mr. Steve Cyphris, our Assistant Superintendent of Personnel. So, Mr. Cyphris.
What's happening, AC Stelle and Nation? Hope you're enjoying your evening tonight. We thank you so much for joining us for Back to School Night, and hope you have a wonderful time meeting and seeing again your administration, counselors, and your teachers, and all of our Eagle staff. Thanks again for spending your evening with us, and we hope you enjoy.
And last but not least, I would like to introduce you to our Chief Technology Officer, who's here to help me in case something goes wrong, Mr. Jim Klein.
Hey everyone, it's great to see you tonight. Welcome back to school. It's been a crazy transition, super technology heavy, which we're always thrilled about. Thank you for your patience as we've made this big shift this year in the fall, and we appreciate your support. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on. Talk a little bit about Stelle. Our leadership team, I am lucky to be a part of a super fabulous team. First and foremost, my second-hand person is my assistant principal, Miss Smith. Miss Smith, you want to say a quick hello?
Hello. I'm Miss Smith, but also known as the rules lady. So I help communicate expectations and help students meet those expectations. And I really want to say thank you to all of the parents and students for going over and following our online distance learning expectations. It's just been really awesome popping into classes and seeing all of our students on camera, fully appropriate backgrounds, and engaged in everything they're doing. And I know that takes a team. So seeing each other helps us stay connected. And I definitely look forward to seeing you when we're all back on campus.
Thank you, Miss Smith. And now, fabulous, fabulous counseling team. We cannot do it without them. They have been working around the clock to get your students on in their right classes, making sure that schedules are matching what students have requested. A lot that they do for us. I'm ever grateful. Let's start with Ms. Shakiba.
Hello, I'm Bahar Shakiba, and I have the great fortune of being able to serve your students whose last names start with M all the way through Z. I'm really excited to get to know all of our sixth graders and continue to serve our families in 7th and 8th grade. One thing that we really could use your support with is to make sure that all your students log on and join our Google Classroom. We have counseling Google Classroom accounts set up so that we can use that as a platform for reaching out to our kids and providing them with various lessons throughout the year, tips and tools to be successful in middle school, and overall announcements. So we would really appreciate it. Those codes will also be listed in the upcoming PFC newsletter for September. So if you guys haven't already had your students log on, please have them join us. And we're always an email away. We can please reach out anytime there's any questions about anything, and let your students know as well. They can always just shoot us an email and we'll set up a meeting and send them a link. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shakiba. And the other half of our fabulous counseling team, Miss Lauren Friedman.
Hello, Lauren Friedman. I have the beginning part of the alphabet. So if your last name begins with A through L, I am lucky enough to be working with you for this year and 2 or 3 more years to come. Shakiba kind of covered everything there. So thank you for that. But we're really looking forward to working with the kids, even virtually. We're going to be planning some ways to check in and make sure everybody is doing well and on track. So we look forward to building those relationships throughout this year.
Thank you, Ms. Friedman. And also part of our management team is Mr. Serrano, who's our plant manager. He's responsible, he and his team, for the beautification of our campus, and we do have a beautiful campus. And now more than ever, the importance of their jobs as they try to keep our environment safe, sterilized on a daily basis. So very grateful for our custodial staff as well. All right, next, I would like to speak a little bit about, on behalf of our PFC, our wonderful president, Natalie Klein, and her team and her board members. They work tirelessly to bring you some information, keep you updated. So please make sure that you are aware that the PFC has a tab in our, on our AC Stelle website. They have a beautiful new webpage that looks really fabulous. And so please reach out to them if you need to communicate, or sometimes just, ask some questions or something, and you don't really need to call us. You can always reach out to our PFC. They are fabulous and they know a lot. I would like to, on their behalf, to thank all the donors for the direct donor drive that happened. All of you patiently came through our drive-through registration and got a chance to meet our PFC president. And we thank you very much for your donations. But more than the PFC being grateful for these donations, we are here at Stelle. I hope that you understand how much we value our partnership with our PFC, who really works so tirelessly to make sure that they supplement everything that we can offer your students, our students. So, everything from, they offer the after-school tutoring that I'll talk about in a little bit, to providing opportunities for electives, providing monies to the departments so that they can buy additional materials, supplies, equipment, and so forth, so that they can provide the best and most up-to-date curriculum for your kids. So please, thank you. They also do a bunch of things to make it fun for the kids. So always working hard. Thank you to the volunteers in the PFC as well. And so we also have monthly meetings. If you want to join us now, it's easier than ever. This year we've gotten the most participation so far in our meetings because it's virtual. So you can reach out to us. Ms. Smith and I oftentimes join in to give some updates. So hopefully we'll see you there. All right, so this year is a little different. Instead of just, talking about the stuff that happens on campus, I'm going to talk about a little bit based on what is going on here with us during this distance learning. So just reviewing some quick things on campus safety, just so you know that we are very safe with our protocols on campus, following the strict guidelines that are put forth to us. If you have an appointment to come to campus for any need, or if you have some tech needs that you're going to be visiting our media center, we ask that you please wear a mask when you come to the front of the school. If you just have ACER needs, library book that you have requested to check out, or something like that, you can proceed directly to our media center around the back of our main building, and look for assistance from Miss Anderson, who's fabulous. For all other needs, you should have an appointment of some sort, but then you come to the front, there'll be a QR code. The QR code is this fun little, whatever, that black and white little square that you put your camera to, and it'll bring up a form that you just answer some questions, and then you proceed to the health office for the visitor check-in and directions for where to go for your appointment. We thank you for following these guidelines, because if we keep everyone safe, it'll enable us to come back sooner than later, and we're all dying to come back. So thank you. Uh-oh, did we freeze? Okay, so next, let me just make sure that my thing is following along with what I want it to do. All right, just wanted to quickly touch on our schedule in the event that we have still some folks out there that are unsure of what our schedule looks like. This is a nice little precursor to what high school schedules actually look like, even when they're back on campus. Their Mondays is the days that they have all classes, but ours is Wednesday, right? So anyway, we are on this odd, even schedule. If you notice here, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday is missing from this because Wednesday is that one day we have the different schedule, okay? Zero period is every day to make up for the 100-minute periods that all other periods have. And period 7 is every day from 3 to 3:50 also. Okay, and then if you take a look at student support, it's at 8 to 8:40 and 2:30 to 3 o'clock. For those of you that already have students at the high school level, you're very familiar with what student support is. Although they only have one support a day when they're usually on campus, we have two during this distance learning period. What is student support? It's intended for your student to be able to seek help. So what we really strongly recommend in a block schedule is if, for example, your student's period 1 teacher gives homework, for your student not to wait until the night before it is due to try it. Have them do the homework that evening, because what happens if they have trouble, if they can't finish it, they still have another day to do it. Plus, they have the opportunity to attend the student support in the morning or the student support in the afternoon, whichever one fits their schedule better, to ask questions so that they can complete that homework. So that's big advice that we give right now, and I know that they give to high school students when they're there. So that support period is intended for them to go see the teacher about questions, help, fill in the gap wherever they missed something. And how teachers are working their support period could differ. Some might just give a link and say, come join me if you need help. Some may ask more for an appointment system. I know like the math teachers get really bogged with a lot of students and they want to make sure they get to everyone, and it's not always the first one there that gets their attention. They may run some sort of schedule system. So that we left up to the teachers to decide. Okay, then the Wednesday is the all period day. So starting with that 0 period for the few students that have it all the way down, we do get out at 1:20 so that teachers can collaborate, and then there is a 7th period after that. The reason there's such a gap is because the teachers might have department meetings and so forth right after school ends at 1:20. So we have to give them the time to attend that before they have to do their 7th period. Okay, now, here's where I want to throw a little kink in this whole thing, is that if you take a look at this schedule, and this will be coming your way, maybe even tomorrow, I might attach it to the weekend message. But if you look at this, there are 4 days this semester, or 4 Mondays this semester, that we do not have school. So when we do not have school, it would be kids missing 4 odd periods and not missing the even periods. So what we've done is on those weeks where there is no school, like for example, here on a Monday or here on a Friday, we are getting rid of the Wednesday all. Okay, so in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after, we have Monday off. So Tuesday will be an odd day, Wednesday will be an even, Thursday will be an odd, Friday will be an even. There will be no Wednesday with all the periods. Okay, that's just so to make sure there is equity in the periods from the odds to the evens. This week here, where there's no school on Friday, it starts odd, even. We never have the Wednesday all. So I'll get this out to you. I really highly recommend that you print it, that you put it where your student can see it every day so they can check whether it's an odd or an even day. We do have a new learning center at AC Stelle this year, which is wonderful because it provides the opportunity for students that are credit deficient to culminate with their class to make up those credits, supports the gap for failed classes. It provides one-on-one support. It's a self-paced, individualized approach, so they do have it on their schedule. They do have to show up and the teacher will meet with them and keep progress on how they are doing in those classes, okay? It is a push in, push out format. So if your student is in that and completes that coursework in, let's say, 6 weeks, they come out of that and go into a regular elective. halfway through the semester, your student is struggling with a class, perhaps failing a class, we'll pull them into this learning center to kind of catch them up, get them going, get their grades back up, and provide that support that they may be needing. Speaking of support, here we go, some academic and social emotional support. Please remember the support periods pretty much every day except Wednesday, so 4 days a week in the morning and afternoons. We will have after school tutoring that is sponsored by our PFC. So that will be starting in another couple weeks. I will send out information on that. And then the district is trying to get that system that we had in the spring again with the student tutors. So that I just heard today is going to be starting somewhere around mid-September. So be on the lookout for that as well. Social emotional support for your kids, please reach out to counselors if you feel that your student is struggling in that area. It is a hard time right now, so and we know that the distance and not having that human contact is tough on many of the kids. So please reach out to counselors, and we do have appointments still that they can refer you to in the Counseling 360. Tech support, I've sent this out a few times in my email, but please don't forget to check the email that I've sent in the past with troubleshooting for your tech issues, and then where you can reach out in the event that you do have tech issues in the coming weeks. Finally, I make you a promise that I will keep you informed. I think you know that I'm very good at communicating information to you. I like to be transparent. I like parents to know what's going on. I am moving to Parent Square. So for those of you parents that have been saying to yourself, I haven't been getting it. I used to get your stuff and now it stopped for some reason after we re-registered. I don't know what happened there, but we're going through Parent Square. And I can see through Parent Square that 98% of our parents are being reached. So those that aren't being reached, it's because we don't have you in our contacts. We have no contacts for you. So you may want to go onto Aries and check the contact, not just the demographics page, but make sure a parent is in the contact part of it so that you will be linked to this Parent Square. You're going to receive posts like the one I sent today as a reminder, emails, my weekend messages. Tomorrow will be my first weekend message sent through Parent Square, but I did send you a post already today. So we also don't forget about our website, please. That's always filled with information. Mrs. Anderson is great at keeping our front page updated. So look at that. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ACStell1. Okay, finally tonight, I hope you have a great time. I know you're seeing your teachers, probably some of you a lot every day, but this is your opportunity for them to formally tell you about their classes. So here's the schedule you will follow. Right from here, those of you that have a 0 or a 7th period, you will go from 6 to 6:10. And then first period will begin at 6:15. Each class is 10 minutes long with 5 minutes to get you to the next class. Okay, so you go on to your students, the next class, that Google Classroom, click the link and you'll be there. Okay, please, this is a night where you're really just going to listen to information because 10 minutes is not a lot. And the teachers do need to keep pace because we are on online. So understand that if you need to reach out to them with questions and concerns, you can contact them later. So there you go. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that you joined us and my fabulous team tonight for our back to school night. So bizarre. I'm used to looking out into a sea of hundreds of parents, and right now I can't see any of you. But hopefully we gave you some valuable information. I hope you enjoy the evening. We are praying for the day we can come back to campus to see the precious faces of your students. Thank you and good night.